It is time to highlight one of the best Baron laners in WildRift. This champion features insane scaling, a laning phase that can survive everything there is, and even better, this champion is a teamfight monster. The only thing this champion lacks is 1v1 side lane potential, but that is it. This champion can itemize into defensive boots and more of a bruiser. He can itemize into full damage, he can just do whatever he wants to do, plus since he's a melee champion, he has primary access to the resolve tree, making him incredibly tanky without any problem. And even better for you, there's cheaper skins in the description below waiting for you, and all you have to do is check out these links to my partners, especially on the North American server. You're getting overcharged quite a lot by Riot Games, so if you want to get cheaper skins, check them out. Wildcards are also available, but for an 8 they're a lot more expensive than for Europe, so take a look at the shop and enjoy your time. By the way, you can also give the big pass of the current event. So, now let's take a good look at this juicy video game. Playing into Camille, level 1 is a little bit of a hustle. So what does he do? He starts with his third ability, allowing him to safely farm from range, as well as doing damage to the Camille, farming a lot of money. But now, you might not be asking, why is First Strike such a good rune on Rumble in top lane? Into mages, First Strike is pretty bad, but Comment would be better. Into melee bruisers, First Strike is absolutely insane for this champion because it allows you to scale a lot faster. If you take a look at the item build in the bottom left, from my perspective, there's one thing we need to talk about. As a Rumble, you can pick up utility items, absolutely 100% correct. You can pick up anti-healing, but you should never complete Morellos until the very last item. Normally, you have 2 core items plus boots into Rabadon, which is the typical thing for every champion. Some go Rabadon second, but not most of them. But yeah, so far so good. We'll see how the game develops. He's zoning the Camille, trying to be a little bit annoying. You see the big shield he gets. It's absolutely insane that this shield was actually buffed. Like, Riot Games, come on. This champion just requires a mastery, and then everything is fine. Like, the biggest issue when it comes to Rumble is still his ultimate. Like, using it properly, as well as obviously mastering the heat levels is something that takes time. But if you invest a good amount of time into this champion, you'll realize how insane this champion truly is. Look what he does to Camille. I mean, to be fair, Camille isn't known anymore to be like this absolute carry unit. Like, it's more like, yeah, I press ult for my jungle and life is pretty good. And there it stops. Because honestly, if Camille was too strong, yeah, good luck, guys. Oh my god, he gets so much money. He has already 122 money from gold from First Strike. Pops the ult here, gets another First Strike proc. Is printing some big money. And he gets a reset off. The wave is in a pretty bad spot though, because it's relatively low HP. So if Camille chooses to not push, I think Rumble might lose a few minions here. Yeah. He does. Yeah, and we see Mercs. But Camille cannot really win right now. Like, you see, she might get the spell shield, but the problem is, to get the spell shield reliably, she has to walk into melee range, and walking into Rumble melee range is such a daunting thing. Because if he manages heat right and gets to overheat, it's so much damage. And yeah, the Shield of Rumble simply absorbs every single bit of Camille's W damage. And Rumble's W cooldown is a lot lower than Camille's W cooldown, so it's really, really unfair, really frustrating, and really annoying to deal with. Bro just last hits that one, just doesn't care. Bro's overheated, poor guy. He's shooting out fire in front and behind. Bro's cooking. Interesting play. Camille could just E away, no? I don't think that was intended. I mean, he made some money, but lost his ultimate for that one. Yeah, Rumble was, like, in case you're wondering why Rumble didn't take it earlier, he was waiting for the wave, so the Scorpion hits the wave. And then walks in with Rumble's wave into the tower rather than just walking into the tower and dying. Unfortunately, it just dies to the Camille. But yeah, Camille needs to be really careful. You see, like, he's so annoying. He just does a little bit of damage and then just backs off with the shield. It's so powerful. Warning, warning. Bro just collapsed the tower. And if he gets to wait, oh, he gets to, oh my god, he's so filthy rich. He has a fully completed Riftmaker now. Uh-oh, he's dead. I mean, he might live because his champion is funny. Yeah. Flash, Camille? Okay, no. Yeah, this champion is just funny, isn't it? He wants to aim. What? Huh? What just happened? Oh, he needs to be so careful. Honestly, you should just go for the wave and not just associate with that one. Just make sure the enemy has to choose. Because that way they can't just transition into the next play here. Yep, he finally does it, good. Pick up the Scorpion, recall immediately so he doesn't get collapsed on. Still has a pretty hefty base. Got a fully completed item, the Night Scorpion from the enemy is now going for a proactive play on the other side of the map since the Scorpion is taking care of the partial wave on the other side of the map. They dropped the Enchanted Ensemble mid lane. He will be there to clear it. Look at him. Just clapping away at the tower. That's a very interesting play. That can go wrong so brutally. That is so... He just made so much money. And he was so tanky, even for the fact that he doesn't even have plated steel caps. Bro was just not having it. That's... wow. And yeah, like, if you're wondering, like, in the Resolve tree, the last rune he has, Revitalize, increases the power, or rather potency, of shielding by a certain percentage, and when you drop below a certain threshold of HP, it's again further amplified. And since Rumble's shield is kind of insanely big, since it scales both with AP as well as HP, it is kind of insane. And yeah, if you don't know, also a few things why First Strike is so good on this champion in top lane. His first ability does magic damage, scales with AP, and does also maximum enemy HP damage. So for example, if you're facing a Heartsteel tank, you're printing billions up there, which puts you into a spot which you should not be in super early on into the game. Simply because you have so much more access to money. Camille jumps in, Rengar comes in again, he will die, there's not much he can do but this one. This is the problem, like, this is the typical Camille gameplay loop. Like, Camille on her own can't really do anything against him. So what does she do? She just waits for ult cooldown and then Rengar comes by and they get a free kill. That is what will happen on cooldown. That is the gameplay loop. Which obviously it is boring in a solo queue context, but it's very efficient. Like, this is why people perceive Camille as very good. Like, on her own, she is not that much of a powerful champion. At least as of right now. So I don't really know why the champion was nerfed. Because, well, you see the problem is mainly about the setup for the jungle. Just pressing ult onto somebody, then it's just bye-bye time. Interesting play, Mr. Rengar. This could be me on Rumble. It could be me on Rumble. What beautiful foresight, though. But yeah, he will die, but he will deny the enemy the ability to take down the tower. That could be me on Rumble. If, like, the way he aimed, this could just, oh my god. If you remember the game I played, oh my god, shame on me. We will not talk about this. Not at all. Oh yeah, while I'm at it, In case you didn't know, I will continue with coaching being 50% off. Trying to build more of a library for people to improve with. What I'll in the end do with it, it's a different story, but I want everyone to at least have a chance of getting coaching a lot cheaper. So join my Discord, look into the coaching channel, and don't forget it's 50% off. And then you can directly reach out to me or open up a ticket. And then hopefully you'll have a better time in WildRift. Okay, rotating around the map, setting up for the dragon, picking up another camp for free. It doesn't really make a difference towards any other spike here. Ultimate comes up in 21 seconds. Just overheated in the worst possible moment. Oh no, can't really do anything. Burns the Ornito to a crisp, but he can't really go in. Like, it's so sad that he doesn't have ultimate. It would have been such a beautiful angle to ult. They would all burn alive. This might be... Oh, no! The auto-targeting stuff just went crazy again. I think he just wanted to ult the dragon. Because that way he can just force them to move away. Or commit to a bad play, because that's something you can do with Rumble. Rumble ultimate generally can be used in a way to cut off enemy movement, to force them into certain pathways, or well, if you have CC combo, you can just completely annihilate them as they're stuck on your ultimate. So you have to keep that one in mind. Mr. Twitch popping off. Movement speed from the W, goes in, picks up one. Still, look at the shielding from that guy. Meanwhile, the other teammates are like, oh, let us do some Baron Nashor action. It's so weak, honestly. Like, Baron Nashor dies so fast. It dies way too quickly. In all honesty, I think there should be a... There should be some buffs, you know? Make Baron Nashor tankier. Little bro is a caster minion spawn. Cannon comes with the flank. We have a big equalizer, big flash over. They're all burning alive. It's barbecue time. Nah, it's just too much. He has scaled too much. He has indeed scaled too much. And yeah, you see, like, all the items he has are mostly out of necessity. Camille shielding, Camille gargoyle, Oran gargoyle, so anti-shielding is just, it's just so potent. Ideally Karma should have it, so Rumble isn't forced to, so if we saw the items and then see that Karma actually has it, it's a different story. He just wanted too much for zero reason, because yeah, well, they were already winning, so going for more just doesn't do anything. But yeah, given his entire gameplay so far, or how he's been treated by the enemy team, the emotions are like coming back. He's a little bit fuming probably internally, like he got jumped so many times by the angry kitty cat. So I don't really fault him for that one. Okay, we popped the ult into the Yone ult as well. Little bro is getting cooked alive. Camille also falls. Yone does survive, and Kai'Sa ulted on top of him. He's still... How is he alive? How is bro alive? Huh? How is that possible? Bro's an illegal magician or what? so much damage though. Imagine playing on the Chinese server, cheating there, and the CCP walks into your living room and has a meeting with your kneecaps. Like goats. Okay, this time he's like, this is a little bit weird. So what is he playing against? He takes bone plating. Because obviously second, like, wait, did he also had bone plating in first game? Because second one is just OP. So if he plays against Wukong, I guess bone plating makes sense. But running Nimbus is a little bit cooked. Yeah, bone plating procced, but he barely took any damage thanks to, well, bone plating. Bro's a sniper. And you see, it's so nice to have E to last it in the early levels. Because otherwise he'd have to overextend and walking into the Wukong, and that's such a massive risk. Because he just take too much damage. Level 2 Spike. First strike was procced just in time. 58 gold into the pockets of the Rumble so far. Which is it's just an extra minion already. Just for free. Nullifying Orb procced. Bro is cooking that guy alive. It's so much damage. This is what I mean. Like, again, Rumble was perceived as weak when it's just, you know, mastery curve. Like, people need to learn this champion. I suck on this champion too, so don't worry. Do not worry. I suck on this champion too. I will not even try to make anything up here. Yeah, this guy is dead. But he'll level up now immediately, so he needs to play this relatively slowly or just recall immediately for a play. Okay, Wukong, it's a little bit sus, bro. Because your W is your layer of defense you want to keep to survive. Just using it to dash onto a minion is actually getting yourself killed. Like, Wukong actually chose to die here. It was a decision. It was an active decision. He wants to ult the wave, ults the wave immediately. I think it was it a little bit out of range? Does it completely die? It does. Based. Very, very level. Oh my, this is actually such good play by him. So, why did he do this? Number one, he denied the enemy Wukong every possibility of getting anything. Like, he has to face tank the wave as it walks into tower to do anything. Plus, he can take the Scorpion. So he leverages every single bit of control he can, and if he can cancel, oh my, it's a masterclass. It's such a big like skill gap right now. It's not even funny. Because by the choices the Rumble makes, he gains massive advantages. Just clearing the wave, giving himself more time, more gold, and every single neutral that is available to him denies Wukong access to so many opportunities. Wukong is forced to go Mercs this game. Like, it's too good of a Mercs game. If he doesn't go Mercs, he's crazy. Because then Rumble will just, you know, he will just eat him alive. There's no way he can survive Rumble without Mercs. And yeah, it seems like he has a Mercs, given that there's like little white numbers telling, you're taking less damage, brother, you're taking less damage. Okay, we're getting ganked here. I think that might be the end of our little guy. There's not much to do. We deal as much damage as we can, but sadly we cannot make it happen. Ignite. Was a nice try, but sadly no cigar for little bro. Kinda weird though, like, I think if Grace really wanted to, he could. He could just be a little bit more like Viego, a little bit more proactive about the Rumble, specifically because the Wukong has Merc Treads. But I mean, as long as he gets the bottom side of the map ahead, it's whatever. Rumble is still more than fine in this matchup. Because yeah, Wukong is forced to go into defensive boots, which since Wukong's identity shift from like a tanky sustain demon to a one-shot demon, it's definitely putting him a lot further behind in terms of getting anything done. If the game progresses in the same way as it did so far, then there's a high chance that Wukong will never be truly relevant in this game outside of the actual CC he's providing with ult. He is such a menace. Wukong is now a little bit delayed for the objective. I mean, Viego too. Viego wants to play for the Dragon for... I mean, they can force a fight given the relative positioning. Yeah, and because they're forcing a fight and he predicts that Wukong is coming too, he's also moving. But now since the fight is over, he immediately cancels his movement to get a base off, to spend his gold, and then get back into position. So he realized he wasn't needed anymore, and then immediately went over to the next option of a gameplay that was available to him, to therefore further increase the lead or the impact in the game. Because otherwise he would just rotate there, nothing would happen, Wukong would then be able to freely get tower platings up here, etc, etc. And this way he's able to counteract this and respond to the play. Okay, Pyke kill Jackson with the hook. Graves getting yamped on. Poor little Graves. But Pyke is getting the resets. Bro is a menace. Pyke should have E soon again. They need to be careful about the reset timer of the Pyke. Just getting very close. Ooh, it was so... he narrowly avoided death. And Bro turns around with the overheat gaming moves. What a goat. The Rumble goat. It's just crazy how much damage the champion does once he overheats. Bro just claps your cheeks, and there's nothing you can do. In game, of course, yeah? Pyke Jackson moonwalking through the river. You know the sad part? Like in so many of these lanes, his laner is choosing to not play anymore due to bad actions. Then you can't even farm money anymore. Bro is literally suffering from success. This is the sad part about the autocast of Rumble ult. He might die here, he actually died. This is the problem with autocast Rumble ult, because if he placed it better, this entire fight turns out to be very different. And yeah. That is sadly the reality of things. Oh, he needs to be careful to not get condemned here. Gets jumped by the Tibbers recast. Gets knocked back, is overheated, runs at the Vayne. Well, he got proto-belted to death. That's so awkward, actually. That's one way to go. That's one way to go, which I haven't seen in a long time. Being proto-belted to death. Not proto-belt into another cast, no. Proto-belt being the reason. Like the actual damage that killed you. That sucks. Okay, Vayne just tumbled into death. Get roasted. Then we have the little chimp hunting down the banana. But after hunting down the banana, he is unfortunately getting roasted alive as well. Pyke with the E-ult combo, sadly overreached a tiny bit as well. They all fall to the Rumble and the cannon. Meanwhile, Viego is enjoying his times. A little bit of blue buff farming, a little bit of Grom farming, you know. This dragon is like, this dragon would be creating the soul point for them. They also could have chosen to have somebody topside. But yeah, that seems like they want to make sure that they solidify themselves into this game by getting the soul point towards the Ice Soul. Ice Soul for their comp is really AIDS to deal with. Because think about this, yeah? Once you get tagged by any of them, you get hit by a 50% slow. It's not even about the damage, it's just a slow. Yes, it has a 15-second cooldown, I think, or 13 or 12. Per person, I think, not per target. So it's not the end of the world, but you will not move If you get tagged by them, you will simply not move. It is what it is, lads. And he's just speeding up the tower. Just nothing they can do about this one. Looks for the angle with the ult. Ult connects, finds Graves here. Graves being stuck. Jumps over the wall, smoke screen. Graves trying his hardest to survive. Wukong picking up the fruit. Has mercs, has more. Look at this shielding value. Mercs more. I mean, this game it's crazy OP to have mercs more. No, we have Annie. The angry bear abuser. Oh, this champion is cooked. Yeah, Pyke looking for a potential execute here. Burn Nash is spawning very soon. If they get some control down here, they can set it up wonderfully. Rumble and Ornn utilizing somewhat of a buddy system. Ideally, the Ornn is face checking for the Rumble. So if anything is lurking in the shadows, like for example the Vayne, which could have been another champion that is more dangerous, would attack the Ornn first. Or the Ornn walks into her first. Okay, tumble forward happens. We don't engage on that one. We keep our cooldowns, okay. Keep in mind, Ornn and Rumble ult are pretty insane. Because the enemy will get slowed anyway. And then, yeah, you just don't move. You get knocked up as well and you just burn. You just burn. There's just nothing you can do. Look at that, the poor Pyke Jackson. Looking for better days. Poor guy. There's nothing he can do. Playing Pyke in these type of situations must be one of the worst things to witness. Like you just sit there, enemy team has tank champion, Rumble, and you're like, please let me hook a high priority target. Team, please don't die, and then they die. Funny how broken anti-shielding is, by the way. This guy had shield bow. And the E recast of Rumble just popped that one. Oh, it's so unfortunate that he was on the wrong side. Like his flamethrower was facing the wrong direction. So Pyke didn't even burn. Can Viegor do it? Oh, so sad. Okay, we have the Viego reset. No, no, there's no way. Ah, MF, buddy bounce. Wow. That was some crazy outplay. That is some crazy outplay. My goat. MF, my goat. Exactly what I want to see, yeah? The goat. Rumble damage is so insane. I really hope they find a way to make his ult cast a little bit better. Or I just have to invest games to get better at it, because I am so bad at it. I'm so goddamn bad at it, it's not even funny, man. He needs to make sure this wave actually walks into the enemy base. Like, he needs to get working on that tier 2. Enemy collapses here and he places it in super powerful equalizer. He just cut off the enemy's escape path while completely destroying them. Anybody without any movement spell just got cooked alive. And with that done, they have easy access to the top inhibitor. What was Pike Liaxon doing? Was that the reset? I don't even recall. Pike just had enough. My god. Yeah, next Baron is alive. I don't even think they have to play for the Baron right now. They just take the inhibitor on the top side for free. Mid lane inhibitor is also taken down. Viego is being chased after by the Annie. MF ulti just denying everything possible. So much damage. Viego hook. Viego Pike hook. And Pike gets zoned. There's just nothing they can do and they just end the game. It's absolutely over. It's the GOATs. And that's some crazy damage if you ask me. And this time you see Rabadon on the 3rd position, because anti-shielding wasn't as mandatory as in the other games. Bone plating had the purpose of dealing with Wukong, so we are smiling. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Definitely balling. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you want to get cheaper skins, don't forget to check out the description below. Coaching is also still 50% off. If you want to know what it looks like, how I play the game, just check out the last season when I try hard at the end to just give you guys educational streams. That will definitely help you out as well. And otherwise, enjoy your day. Have a nice, beautiful rest of the day. Get something nice to eat, and we'll see each other for more content very soon. Bye bye, take care.